everyone, I'm Kathy and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I hope you like this video and please give me a thumbs up. If you're not new and you're coming back, great. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your support. And don't forget to subscribe down below so you don't miss next week's fabulous recipe. Tonight I thought I'd make stuffed peppers, good old-fashioned stuffed peppers. I got these nice fresh ones at the farmer's market the other day and it's going to be really delicious. Stuffed peppers are very easy to make and very filling, and stuffed peppers can be very inexpensive to make too. So it's such a bargain and such a great meal and very filling. We're going to make only two because there's only me and hubby. Super easy and super tasty. So let's get started. The ingredients for this dinner is ground beef, and I like to get the 96% lean, so there's less fat. This is a little over a pound. And then I've got one fresh onion. And I'm going to make 2 cups of rice, white rice, long grain, plain. I have 2 nice size big green bell peppers. You want to make sure when you're getting these at the store that it's a nice good size so that you can cut the tops off and fill them with the meat mixture. And then you're going to need some tomato sauce. I have 2 8 cans of tomato sauce and they're actually seasoned with basil, garlic, and oregano. I'm going to put in some minced garlic, probably a teaspoon of minced garlic. I've got a pinch or 2 of black pepper and sea salt, and then I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. That's the ingredients, and now we'll head over to the other side of the kitchen to the stove. I got my pan here and I put some olive oil in it and it's getting pretty hot. And I'm going to go ahead and put the ground beef in here. At first, just to get the pan and the oil hot, I have the stove on high, but I've now reduced it down to medium. I'm going to put in the half of a white onion chopped. When you cook your meat before you put it in your peppers, it doesn't take the peppers as long to cook. I'm going to give it a couple of pinches of my black pepper and sea salt. And I'm going to put in the 1 heaping teaspoon of minced garlic. And then the teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Just let that cook. Let all the ground beef cook evenly. Now ahead of time, before this, I put the rice in my rice cooker and it is done. You can also use leftover rice. Hey, like, you know, when you do Chinese takeout and you always have all those little containers of white rice left over and you don't know what to do with it. Well, this is one of the things you can do with it. You can use it in your stuffed peppers. And I'm going to get the rice, so I'll be right back. I've got my 1 cup of white rice that I've cooked, and I'm going to put that in with the meat mixture, and stir that in. And then I'm going to take 8 ounces of the tomato sauce, and I'm going to pour that in with the rice and the beef, and stir that around. We're going to let this kind of sit for a little bit. I'm going to turn the heat down to low and get my peppers all ready. Make sure the oven is preheating. I'm going to have the oven set at 350. And once these are stuffed in the peppers, we'll be popping them in the oven to cook the rest of the way. So I'll be right back. Now that our rice and beef mixture is all done, let me bring it over here so you can see. There we go. Then I'm ready to stuff the peppers. Now what I've done is I went ahead and cut the tops of the peppers off. All you need to do is just take just the tops off, reach in, scoop out the membranes and the seeds and empty that out. Wash it real good. This bottom actually stands really nicely. It doesn't tilt, so I'm just going to put that in the pan like this. This one I had to do a little adjusting, so all I did was take the knife, and as you can see, I just kind of cut off a little of the bumps there that were on the bottom of this so that it's nice and flat and will hold up. We'll put these in this. I'm going to do it in my glass bakeware here. I'm going to put a little bit of water in here also when I get ready to put it in the oven, but let's go ahead and start stuffing them. So just scoop it in, scoop the mixture in and get it in all the little nooks and crannies in the peppers, so kind of whoosh it down. The oven is already heated up to 350 degrees. Oh, these are nice bell peppers. They're holding quite a bit in them. I like to kind of, make mine pretty full. Do that. That's one. And then I'll get the other one stuffed. Again, smoosh it down in there because there's all those little corners down in the bottom of the pepper. And you just want to fill them up. You can do these in the yellow and the red bell peppers also, but I just like the flavor of the green bell peppers. It's very distinct. And it's nice with a tomato-based stuffing. And actually, guys, because of the size of these peppers, there's not a whole lot of that meat and rice mixture left. Not a lot at all. And that will go in there. This is all I have left. So I probably could have done 3 peppers, or 3 smaller peppers, or 4 smaller peppers, and that would have been fine, but we've got these 2 nice big juicy peppers. Now what I'm going to do is take the other 8-ounce can of tomato sauce that I have, and I'm going to pour it over the tops. And you can just go ahead and let it fall to the side. Doesn't just have to be sitting on the top, it can fall around it. And now your peppers are ready to go in the oven. I will put these in the oven for 20 minutes at 350. Then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to do something special to it. So make sure you stick with me here so you see the extra little tidbit that I add to it. Okay? All right, be back. The peppers have been cooking in the oven for 20 minutes on 350. I did put a little water in the pan in case I forgot to mention that. And now for the next part of the cooking, I am going to add mozzarella cheese on top. I'm just grabbing like a handful of it and just letting it fall right on top. And this will go back into the oven and bake for another 15 minutes. Meanwhile, while it's still baking in the oven and finishing up, I'm going to make a nice caprese salad with this wonderful tomato and some fresh mozzarella and the basil from my little condo garden. I forgot to mention that the tomato and the bell peppers I got at the 321 Farmers Market in the historic downtown Titusville, Florida. So if you have a farmers market in your area, please visit them. You'll love what you get. Now I'm going to take this wonderful tomato, this wonderful ball of mozzarella, and my fresh basil from my condo garden, and make a wonderful caprese salad. All you have to do is take your tomato and slice it in however you like. If you like to have it in thin slices or thick slices, but I'll do our tomatoes thin. And you place it in the dish here. I like to use this long serving dish. It makes it really pretty. Space it out here. That's got a little bit of higher edge, so just to kind of make it lay out nice. And then I'm going to take the mozzarella, and this too I will cut in slices. Sometimes I get those little mozzarella balls that you can get that's in the water, and I'll place that around too. There's all different ways that you can do this. I guess the main thing is that you have mozzarella cheese and tomatoes and basil, and then the olive oil and the balsamic vinegar glaze. So I think I have enough here, and I will just take the mozzarella and layer them between the tomatoes. It makes a pretty display. There was one here that was a little on the skimpy side. We'll put a big chunk in there and then end it with this nice little piece. And then I'll take my sea salt and pepper. Give it a little pinch. And another little pinch. The salt, the sea salt, brings out the flavors in the tomatoes. And that's nice. And then I'm going to take the olive oil and just kind of, let me see, can you see this? I need to move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. All right, there you go. Now I'm going to take the olive oil and just kind of drizzle it slowly over the dish. I suppose you could, spoon it out and measure it and everything else, but I just don't do that all the time. And then you take this glaze with balsamic vinegar. You can get it in the section in the grocery store where you have the vinegars and the olive oil and such. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to just kind of squirt it on here. Try to drizzle it on, make it pretty. A lot of times, you can make things that are very, very simple, but it's all about the presentation and how you serve it on the table, and it just looks so wonderful, and everyone's like, oh my goodness, you spent hours in the kitchen. And you take your hand and you wipe it across your forehead and you go, you betcha. So we're going to take the fresh basil, and I'm just taking the leaves after I wash them and just kind of breaking them up. And this is going to be a nice addition to our stuffed pepper dinner tonight. And voila, and you have a beautiful caprese salad. Very easy to make and very tasty. We'll see you in just a sec when I take the peppers out of the oven. So sorry for the audio trouble I'm having right now, but dinner is served. Look at this delicious stuffed pepper with all the cheese on top, all melted, and it is so smelling awesome. And here's our caprese salad, and hubby and I are going to enjoy this tonight. Thank you for watching.